Greetings, everybody. It is Friday night, June 22nd, 2018, about 7:30 p.m. here on beautiful Cape Cod in Massachusetts. I have not done a weekend video recently, although we have been pretty active on the video front and on the networking front, and thought I would provide a little bit of an update and a bit of a recap in terms of what we're seeing in the markets and in terms of the status of our continued network build. We, on that topic, are continuing to grow and expand the services that are being provided to all of you. We have been in active discussions and conversations with a number of industry suppliers, vendors, and again, the intent is to provide you with benefits that will save you money in the long run, at the same time as providing a live, ongoing network team to trade alongside over the course of the day. So to that end, we have continued to work with FuturePath, much to Damon Pavlatos, who has spent 2 evenings now with us, including last night, where it was basically just a chat about his 40-plus years in the industry, what he has learned, what has translated to the screen from the floor, what hasn't, his experience as a broker. Very, very, very helpful, Damon. Thank you so much. We have upcoming presentations scheduled. TickStrike folks are going to be with us, working with us on Monday, and provide us with an exclusive team arrangement in terms of that pricing. We continue to have other vendors come to us where we are working with them. So the intent, again, is to provide you, as is the case with AARP, AAA, any membership that you receive benefits far in excess of the financial cost so that it becomes an asset and not an expense. And we are well on our way there. We have continued extremely strong retention rate. We have had 0 cancels in the last week. We are continuing with our core of about 130 traders around the globe. We are finding ourselves in a very strong cadence. We are now, about 7 weeks in, and we continue to build and build on the suggestions that many of you have had. And on behalf of the entire leadership team, Robin, Dane, Kim, and Ben, we thank you for that continued input. The results that we're seeing you folks post are heartwarming at this end. If I were to describe the extent of them, and certainly some of them are referenced in the testimonial page of the Miller Dane Network site, many of you, I'm sure, would not believe them. So I'm not going to go there. But suffice it to say that the holistic approach that I have felt has been needed in this industry, and especially after talking with performance coach Robin and a number of folks at key levels and in key spots in this industry, tend to agree that the best chance of success is to provide the trader with a comprehensive package, network, support system, infrastructure, and that is exactly the intent of what we are doing and what we will continue to do. Special thanks to Robin Dane. Robin, as many of you know, has been my coach over the years. She has been and is still coach to many professionals, professional athletes, hedge fund managers, billionaires, and she is just amazing. And she has been so gracious of her time meeting with us, and now is in the room trading alongside of us now that she is settled in her new home. Her new physical home as well as her new trading home. So, Robin, thank you so much for being alongside of us. A reminder that we do have an events schedule on the Miller Dane Network page. And upcoming, we've got the TickStrike folks in on Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. We've got a roundtable discussion that was postponed from last week, where we're going to be talking about merging business planning with the trade executions over the course of the day. How does one fit to the other? How do we keep aware of both of those as the day's going on? And you can see everything else listed there. Again, we are continuing to be in discussions with some very fine providers in this industry, and I can't disclose everything yet, but suffice it to say that I am very, very pleased with both the first 7 weeks as well as the indefinite future. What started out with a concept of a live room, the more that we looked at how to do this right, we determined, and it turns out accurately determined, that it was more about a live room is a part. So the live audio over the course of the day, the common streaming indicators. I want to stress that too, because
it is not legal to stream indicators unless you have written permission from the data vendors, data providers. So there's a lot of that stuff going on out there. We have an exclusive arrangement to stream data and include that in your membership fee. So we pay for that, and we include that as a subset of the fee, and want to make sure that we are completely legitimate with everybody, data providers, exchanges, and that's a very important foundation for us. So we've got the technology. We're continuing to work on the algos and provide that to folks. We have the charts that we do stream are available for your use on your desktops if you so choose. You want to use it for different products, great. And then the performance coaching, the psychological side, and then the live narration. And it's really a three-legged stool, if you will: technology, psychology, coaching, and what's actually happening over the course of the day, where we can all view a common set of indicators and talk to that. It's been very interesting to see the different trading personalities evolve over time, whereas we may be looking at a common stream and there may be a 5-minute channel, 3-minute channel in play, and some folks prefer to take the long side of that, some folks prefer to take the short side of it, but in both cases the market's either a buy or a sell. And it's been interesting to get to know the personalities of the traders involved. And then there are the majority of the time where we are all leaning the same way, and tremendously seeing the value of that during the Asia markets and during the Europe markets, U.S. RTH as well. But the fertile ground, as you know, as I've said for many years now, the less herky-jerky, the smoothest is during the Europe times and often during the Asia times, and at the 5 o'clock p.m. to 6 p.m. transition, where there's some liquidation going on in the U.S. market, so Eastern time. So we continue to follow those. Had several of our 4 or 5 favorite patterns play out very well over the course of the week. A reminder, too, that in the charts menu item on the Miller Dane Trading site, we have begun capturing the bias indicators, the bias grid, the proprietary bias grid for the 3-minute chart for the entire day, so that and that's open to the public if you want to take a look at it, see if you can make some sense out of it. We narrate to the context of that over the course of the day, and the context is very, very key in terms of whether we're ranging or whether we are trending and at what stage we are in that. So that's been very, very helpful. So we've made that available. We've made some other tweaks to the member page. We have added an affiliate page, which will soon be filled far more than it is right now in terms of the partners that we are working with. I've got several calls scheduled for Monday and Tuesday there. The global office map still reflects. Actually, I have to update that. I have to update that for the current team because we've added several. So, but that's still representative of where we are. Last count, it was 31 states. I think we're in 33 now, and we were in 12 countries. I think that's now might be 13 in 5 continents. So, again, my thanks to everybody for their involvement. At this end, it's been a labor of love. And we are really redefining the industry chat room, if you will, and I don't really care to use that term. I care to discuss it as the network trading alongside of each other, and again, as a subset of a much larger network effort where we've already seen tens of thousands of dollars that traders have saved in commissions alone because of what we have worked out. Again, that's the intent of what we have. I do not send out solicitation emails. I don't do anything other than mention this on my blog. I haven't even been tweeting about this lately because all eyes, all efforts are focused on making sure that we're delivering the service. As I said when we launched this, now it's on us. We had the interest, and then it was on us. It was on the leadership team to build something that was long-lasting. And it has surpassed our expectations. So, again, we thank everybody for your trust and for your involvement. If you're interested in checking us out, we'd love to have you. At this time, the rate is still 395. We are looking at a potential rate adjustment now in August because of the additional services that we're providing. If you do join us now, though, that will be locked in for life. That will never change no matter what services we provide. In terms of market action lately, wow, every time there's a tweet, something's happening, right? So it's really the job of us collectively to determine what's real, what's not real, how much impact something may have. A lot of discussion at our end in terms of staying out of the muck, being comfortable as a trading team, not doing things that are going to erode our income, like using the poker analogy, playing ace-9, playing suited connectors all the time when there are far bigger fish. And we've had some really interesting dialogue in terms of reining folks in at times and keeping me focused as well, because I clearly do not see everything, even though we've got everything in front of us. There's a level of focus and intensity that will wane as the day goes on. So it's been very, very helpful to have you folks lift me up as well during those times. And here we are 7 weeks into it. Friday night, I still have a voice. So the word power nap has been taking on new meaning lately. So the market's been a good two-way market, actually. Even though we've had some climbs, and the Russell hit all-time highs yesterday, we're still in a back and fill mode. Nothing's going straight up, so it's a great two-way market, and I would encourage folks to continue to assume that. Continue to assume that it's not going to go to the moon, or it's not going to go to the floor. Lock something in. If you get a bit of an extension, great. We have had a lot of discussion, a lot of focus on outliers, adding to your position when it goes in your favor, even if it's just a couple of ticks. That has been such a new concept. I knew it was a new concept when we went through the 15 jelly programs. It has been incredible. We did a quick informal poll in what we call the water cooler room today, and we asked traders how many traders had been applying adding to a position going in their favor in a way that they had never done before. And there was just a constant stream of people just shouting out yes. And I've had several private messages sent to me as well, indicating that why don't people talk about this stuff? Why don't people talk about this? All the seminars out there, why is there very little discussion on sizing and very little discussion on adding to your position? Probing, dividing your position up in thirds, probing, getting confirmation, bang, you're in. You're in because you have market information that's confirming. You have the flop in the poker table, right? You have the flop. You're holding king queen, right? The flop comes jack 10 ace, and it's like, okay, what are you gonna do? You're gonna bet more? What are you gonna do? Just leave the same bet size? No, you vary it, and we've seen tremendous results of that. And I won't get on my soapbox in terms of why I think that's not stressed enough. All I will say that I think if you look at those traders who are successful in this industry and you look at their true P&Ls, as I published over the years, you will see that is one of their cornerstones. Anybody can read a chart. Anybody can make a good trade. Okay, it's money management. It's deploying it. It's pushing it. It's being aggressive at the right time, and worsening your average cost. Worsening your average cost. Oh, it sounds horrible. It's exactly the right thing to do. Exactly, 100%. You can't buy completely if you're in a long. You can't buy the second tranche at the retail point, but you get enough confirmation. You see where the market's starting to go. You push. You worsen your average price, right? Because you are creating incremental income. You're creating incremental income in terms of your P&L. Okay, so we're using the example today. If you're going to make $3,000 on a trade, if you had a choice between $3,000 and $5,000, what would you choose? Well, you got to worsen your average cost to get to $5,000, right? So when I have a worse average cost and $2,000 more in my pocket, dang right, that's a pretty easy choice. So we continue to stress that as a major theme of this week, major theme of today. So please think about that in your own trading. We're encouraging one trader today, if he's asking if he should add, and if he's not done it before, if he's uncomfortable, do it just a little bit. Just get used to the cadence, get in that rhythm. So that's what I have for you on Friday, June 22nd, 2018. Thank you all so much for your support. The industry has been so very supportive. The traders in the network, thank you so much. I can't say enough. On behalf again of Robin and the entire leadership team, I bid you a very good weekend, restful weekend, peaceful weekend, and we will see you back at it Sunday night, and Monday morning for those not able to be there Sunday. God bless. Take care. Have a great weekend.